Meanwhile, let's
What's going on, people? Welcome to this week's edition of the Flex and Rants show. Wow, what a week it's been. What a couple of weeks it's been with everything going on right now. Back from Austria, safe and sound, which is great. But there's nowhere else to start, bro. I'm not even going to do the introductions, how you've been, really. Let's just jump straight into it. This is our first chance collectively of addressing everything that's been going on at the minute. Obviously, the Premier League coming to a halt as well to the 3rd of April. What's your thoughts, man? This is nuts.
Bro, this is mad.
nuts.
You know what's funny, yeah? I feel like this 3 months of this year has been longer than the whole of last year, bro.
With all the stuff that's happened, yeah.
It just feels like this year is just mayhem. And like, we always just thought, oh yeah, football will be the one thing that's always there, blood. And now it's not there. Like, what is going on? It's mad.
That shows you how important it is. And I think it's important as well to come away from the football aspect of it. We will talk about how it impacts, obviously, football. I know you guys are going to be onto social media and news, so we don't want this to be a place where there's more kind of doom and gloom and stuff, but it's important that, obviously, me and you just have our say and you guys can interact with that as well, and we would do that just for this bit. But it is bigger than football, innit? Like, this is affecting people worldwide, it's affecting the elderly, it's affecting people with underlying health issues, and I think, importantly, when you said it started so far away and you think everyone will be fine, it's just one of them things, when really, this is a real important thing, man. It's important that it's not funny, we're not making jokes about it, because actually this is something that is really affecting people. And I'm not saying we're not here to try and scaremonger and say you should and shouldn't be doing this and get scared and stuff, but just the level of it is an important thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It can't be taken lightly. I just think people just got to be sensible, innit?
That's it.
At this time. And that's all I would urge people to just be sensible. I'm not going to tell you what to do, what not to do. Just be sensible.
That's it. That's it. And look, we are a football channel, we are the United Stand, and we will keep talking about football the best we can, especially at a time like this. We want the United Stand to still be a place where fun can happen, people can smile, and we can talk the most about Man United. But I get it, when certain things happen that are bigger than football, it's our duty to address that as well. I mean, in terms of how it's going to affect not just Man United, let's talk about football, the Premier League. What's your thoughts on the league maybe not resuming, the league becoming void? Maybe come back and play behind closed doors, push the Euros back. What happens for next season? What is your initial thoughts on how the football world should move forward?
There's so many ways it can go, because they could void the whole season, which would probably make the most sense for the simple fact that, put your neutral hat on, yeah? If you're a team that is probably could get relegated, but mathematically you could stay up. You might then turn around and say, well, we're in the relegation zone at the moment, but you never know, we could have stayed up.
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So boom, if you're one of them teams that could get top 4, could get European football, but you're outside the position, but you're only 3 points off.
Like us.
You might just say, well, you know what? Like, if we had these games, we could have made it. Do you know what I mean? There's so many ifs and not knowing. So, like, when you look at it from that point of view, it wouldn't be fair to just be like, boom, like, give Liverpool the title, scrap the league and leave everyone where they are.
No way.
Because if you do that, then you're going to have so many teams that are going to suffer the consequences that necessarily could have changed their fate had the season gone on. So it's either you play the games or you scrap it. I don't think there's an in-between. You know what I mean? It's either you see it, you let it play out, or you void the whole thing.
I 100% agree with you. I think you can't, for teams fighting for their lives, you got Watford, you got Brighton, you got Norwich, you got Aston Villa. If you ended the season now, all right, Watford could say we're above on goal difference.
Yeah.
But then Aston Villa could be like, we got a game in hand. How do you know we weren't going to win that? At the top of the league, this is nothing to do with supporting Manchester United and being on the train of not wanting Liverpool to win the league. And how ironic it is that the first time in 30 years they finally win it, this thing happens. Look, there's smiles to be had at that, but in a serious note, yeah.
Stupendous.
Look, it's. I think there's going to be people watching this thinking, look at these two United fans. Obviously, they're going to say it, but this is what I'm saying.
United fan, bruv. It's official. You know what I mean? If they ever scrap this league, it just never was meant to be.
Exactly,
the
that would be
best team
crazy.
ever, got knocked out of every cup competition, just leading up to this one moment, and then they take that away as well. Listen, that would be poetic justice. I'm not even gonna pretend that it wouldn't be amazing.
But even away from as much as how we would find that funny as United fans, if you're actually just looking at it logically, if they haven't won the league yet.
Yeah, they haven't.
Like, look, every man and his dog, woman and his dog can say, boy, you know, they're probably going to get two more wins out of the next 9 games and win the league. Yeah, if you're a betting man, you probably do that. But then nobody gets called the champion until you've done it.
You've done it. But
so
also,
you can't just write off and say they would have won it.
They're probably going to do this, that, and the other. Bruv, when you look at their recent form,
yeah, they might not have.
Them man have just been losing games, fam. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, well, based on the last 5 games, these men are there to be taken.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
look, it probably wouldn't have happened.
It is going to happen, but it's not a foregone conclusion that it's going to happen in the next
100%.
2 games. It might take 5 of the 5 games for them to win 2. It might take 6 games for them to win 2. We don't know because them man have been losing recently. The form's out of their form's done.
And just away from that, because I think some people were saying like, maybe there should be a playoff with the teams at the bottom because of goal difference and stuff. I think Troops was saying that. But I'm like, well, hold on a minute. If goal difference is used as a measure, then use the measure. Yeah. You're not going to go, oh, you're only 1 point ahead of me. Well, then the points mean I've got more than you.
Yeah.
So that you can't do that.
Well then.
So that's why I'm saying it's
too many great
just
areas.
Void it for everyone. Like we'd have to take the consequence of having to play Europa again. Yeah. When we could be saying,
we should be in the
well, we're only
League.
3 points away. We had 8 games. We felt like we could have done it.
We can say we had 8 games. We got Rashford probably that would have made it back.
Yeah.
Pogba would have made it back if you take the 3-4 weeks out and then you play it again. We got a stronger squad. So we could easily make that argument that actually we will have a fully fit squad to choose from and we're probably better than everyone else when everyone else is fit. So, like, it doesn't benefit us either. Do you know what I mean? So it's either you need to allow the games to be played, probably behind closed doors. I reckon that they're going to bring the league back and it will just be behind closed doors for the rest of the season, probably in 3 weeks' time.
But you see with that though, I was talking to a friend today actually, and they were saying that, like, because I was saying, maybe once in 3 weeks' time, if as long as the Premier League clubs can report amongst all their staff that no one's got the virus, just play it behind closed doors. But then, if you think about it, we're saying that we haven't hit this peak yet, and stuff like that. It could get more intense. Let's say that. How do you know that someone's not gonna go out there in their family or whatever and then bring it back? You don't know. So even after the 3 weeks, even if it's behind closed doors, unless you're gonna say all of those players have to stay inside, then you're still gonna have the opportunity. So it is. There's no right or wrong. You just don't know.
You don't know.
We just don't know.
You just have
it's mad.
They just have to play it by ear. They can't give us a definite date of when they're going to be back. Yeah. And we can't expect one. You know what I mean? But I do think that the games will be played because I just believe that if they're not, you have to scrap the whole thing. I don't think 100%. There's an in-between.
No, there's definitely no grey area.
Somebody loses out somewhere, and it's not fair on someone.
And look at the teams. You talk about the knock-on effect. So say you say a certain amount of teams or all the teams don't get relegated. Well, what about the likes of Leeds, Nottingham Forest and that who are knocking on the door to come up? And then you look at the bottom of the Championship. Don't even know who's down there, but you know those and the teams looking to come up from
that. The money that they could potentially
100%. These clubs, Manchester United, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Arsenal, all the top clubs, big right. We can survive without a few match days and whatever. The lower sides can't. Teams in League 2, teams in League 1. You know,
it's true. The amount of money that they're losing, like by not playing games, is madness.
Massive to the fan base, massive to the club.
If you're mid League 2, you're not getting any gate income. Bruv, this could fold some clubs because they got to still pay their players.
Do you know what I'm saying? And not even just the players, just the whole staff. People are losing jobs, and that's why I think we have to take our big club hat off and actually look at this contextually, because it doesn't actually affect everyone in the same way. Yeah. Like, I mean, especially financially, it's got so much different financial implications for different clubs. Some could go bust from this. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Just like other big companies in the world.
And where's the support there? Like, who's going to support them if that happens? Are the FA gonna support them to help them pay whoever needs paying? Like, this is not even a joke, bro. This is serious. Like, forget football, just in life, like, there's families that ain't going to be able to afford to eat and stuff like that.
You look at the panic that's going on with people trying to stockpile and buy this and buy that.
And they're talking about closing schools, but the thing is, if you close schools, some of these guys are getting free school meals, that's literally one guaranteed meal that they're going to get that they might not get at home. Like, this is deeper than that. So when people are being ridiculous and literally piling up food and stuff like that. And it is ridiculous because there's certain people that can't get out of their house to do the same. Or maybe they can't afford it. Do you know what I mean? So while you're going out...
live month to month, week to week. You can only buy what you need.
So while you're going out, clearing supermarket shelves, maybe there's an elderly person at home that can't get out, that ain't got no food in the house. Or you've got people that don't have any money or don't have enough money to buy for 3-4 weeks at a time. And as you said, they're living week to week, bro. So what? They don't eat now because you've cleared the whole shelf. You know what I mean? So it's mad. Like... I just think it's unfortunate circumstances, but you kind of see what people are about, yeah, like in times of adversity, innit, and who's doing what and who's helping who, and it's a bit of a shambles, innit. So like from a general point of view, like it's just not a great time. And from a football point of view, they need to make an executive decision. It's either we're going to play these games or we're going to avoid it. I don't think that there's any logical way of doing anything in between.
Yeah, trying to mix it up and do playoffs and do this teams and then have maybe... There was even saying let the two teams come up from the championship and we have 5 that go down next year. But then that's not fair.
Because then that's extra fixtures for everyone, and then, do you know what I mean?
And then the extra pressure as well, because 5 teams can get relegated next year.
Extra pressure, there's extra fixtures, yeah, and then on top of that, if they're going to push the Euros back to next year, that means they're going to be playing an extra how many other fixtures on top of a European Championship as well, then the World Cup the next year. Congestion, bruv. These people are human beings, man. Like, it don't make sense. You're just going to burn these players out.
I personally can't see it coming back on the 3rd of April, whenever they're saying. I don't think it will, you know. I think as things intensify, I think they'll still be unsure and unclear, which means they'll have to push it back further, which then you're then looking at, like you said, the Euros have to take a back seat. I think the Euros, for me, certainly has to go already. Yeah. Already.
Especially Olympics, when you look at what's going on in Italy and all them places.
It has to go. It has to go. That's the most easiest thing. Let's get that out the way first, because then it gives at least all the leagues a chance to kind of come together. But also what I do think is, which is an authoritarian thing that to do with the government, which we won't go too much into because we're not here to talk politics. But in terms of, I think it would be good for all the leagues to do the same thing. Just how, like, you see as a country, we're doing things slightly different to them, to them, to them, to them, to them. Almost, I think if we all just had a blanket response across all of the responses, it could help stem what's going on.
That would be the responsibility of FIFA then.
Yeah, you know that's what I mean. They should just say all the European leagues, from Bundesliga to Serie A to La Liga to the Premier League, just finish now and resume now. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Say lock it off for 2 months. But then on the flip side, we don't all start at the same time. Do you know what I mean? We start before everyone else. Which is why maybe they'll have to do that. Because then also, let's talk about that actually, Rants. If certain things are postponed or voided or whatever, what happens to transfers? What happens to contracts? You've got players in relegation battles. You've got players not in relegation battles, whatever. That you know, look. Let's say Aubameyang, for instance. Do Arsenal then lose loads of money on him because then his contract has ended up running out, but they can't renegotiate? Or what happens? Like, it's mad.
It's true.
There's so much more things that in the game that we're not really realising.
Technically, he owes them games. You know?
Exactly.
Technically.
Igalo, same thing. Yeah. If we want to re-sign him, but hold on, we ain't had the full 4 months because we missed 2 months or whatever, let's say. Do we then restart the next season with Igalo having 2 months left on his contract? Then
because what if they said, all right, cool, the contract's up, but I'm like, yeah, well, he owes us games because we paid him for 2 months and he hasn't played, you know, like that. So it's all, bro, there's so many things that need to be addressed, and which is why I just think that, like, it's either going to be a play it at a later date or avoid it situation. It's not going to be, like, it can't be.
What about transfers in terms of, okay, we void this season. Open, well, not even only when does it start, the transfer window. That's one thing. That's another problem. I'm talking about, all right then, well, you have to have the same roster as you started the last season. You can't buy no one. You might have to ban the transfer window because it might not be fair. You might have to say, well, it's as you were, the season's null and void, so we're starting as we did at the beginning of the 1920 season.
Which
were we in 1920 season? Yeah. 1920, which means that...
Which would actually make sense.
So hold on. Would that mean that we have to go, right, Bruno, you have to go back until January, until your transfer kicks in, because we'd be at an unfair advantage because we now got Bruno.
They should just, if everyone's got transfers, then it's fair game, right?
Yeah. They could just say everyone...
Because everyone had the chance to buy.
They'll be like, whatever you've got now...
Or keep. So,
whatever you've got now, this is what you have to play the next season with. Bam. Yeah. And if they said that, I'll be happy with
Imagine they said, but you can't have... Bruno came here, so you have to start as you started. So
Bruno
you didn't get...
go back to Portugal. till January. Bruv, none
At least
of
we
that.
know we get him.
Yeah,
At least they won't be like, oh, is he going to sign? I don't know if he's going to sign. Like, why can't we get Bruno? I'll be like, I'll be like, listen,
he's coming,
Ed's got this covered.
He's coming.
I'm telling you, he's coming. That's the only thing we could have from that. But that would be weird, isn't it? Like player contracts and transfers.
It would. And what would players' prices? Do you know what I mean? What would happen?
Oh, that's another thing.
Because the prices would be mad, fam. Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, I know you need him, and
that's it.
I saw what he could do for you before he came back to us. So we're sporting. We now want 100 M's for him because he got player of the month a couple of times.
Bro, it's mad, isn't it? Like I just don't know. I think there's so many things that we don't know in this situation, and this is why I just think that it has to be all or nothing, innit?
Yeah, absolutely.
With the decision, it just means that, you know what, we're playing from this date behind closed doors, and whatever players you have available, you have to play with them. So if you've got one or two players that ain't available because, do you know what I mean, they need to stay at home, then this is what it is, bro. Because when Spurs got that lasagna blood, them man still had to play, innit? So them man would just be like, you just got to field the players that you can field.
Like
and from this, bro. Just
they wanted to avoid it.
But there you go, and they said, no, you still have to play.
But also, for someone like Spurs, if we talk about them, coming back later on in the season as well could help them. You know, look at the injuries they've got. They could get Harry Kane. The whole complexity in how it looked, how we looked like we was going to go and pam them up yesterday.
Yeah, and that's it.
Versus if it does come back, say we come back in August.
5 weeks, if we played them in 5
whole
weeks,
different
and
game.
they got everyone back.
Whole different ball game.
All of a sudden, it's a different thing, and then we could then argue and say, oh well, it's not fair because when we played them, they weren't meant to have Son and Kane.
Yeah, you've got to end
there's
up.
There's always a situation that's not going to be fair for someone, innit? Like no matter how you look at it.
To be fair, I think it was Chris from Redmen. I think it was, to be fair to him. I think he was on BBC the other day, and he was saying, look, I've waited 30 years for a title, what's another year? Like, fair play to him. Yeah,
but he can say what's another year, but I tell you what, if they don't win it this year, they're not winning it next year.
People will come.
They're not winning it next year,
Would they not, though?
They're not, bro.
They'll probably be favourites.
No
They'll be
team,
favourites.
Bruv.
They might not win it by this country mile, but they're...
Who retains Premier Leagues? Us.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be retaining it.
Yeah, no, but technically they would be because this would be their second season smoke.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you don't get your hands on it this year, next year you're not having it. City will take it back from you, bro. That's what will happen.
Maybe we will.
I don't know about all that. What I do know is, no team, keeps that momentum 2 years running, bro. Like, you've seen how hard it is to retain the Premier League. So if you say that technically you've won it, even though you haven't won.
Last season, fam, 1 point off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So there you go. Yeah. So what, you're going to keep that smoke?
No, but I think that, I don't know, I think Liverpool are good enough to challenge and potentially win it next year.
I don't think so. I think they're good enough, but do you know what I'm saying? I think if they don't win it this year, they're not winning it next year, bro. Because I know, that City are going to go, what do you mean, blood?
Well, but they might not, though.
They will.
With the chance, no, because they might not. If the season's void and you can't spend all this money or you can't do this, and they're not even in the Champions League, they might be ruined as well. They might have to go with the same squad.
But, bruv, if City have to go with the same squad and Liverpool have to go with the same squad, I'll still back City to win the league next season.
On what evidence for that now? Because they've been better than them this year. Better than them last year by, only 1 point difference. But huh?
And they won't be playing Champions League either, so they're not going to have European football. Trust me, bro. Like, this is Liverpool's time. If they don't get it now, City are going to clot them up next season.
Liverpool fans, don't act like you're not in the mentions. I know you lot are watching. Like that. Like we watching this, and there's a lot of fans from other clubs. Let us know what you lot think. I mean, it'd be interesting to see from Liverpool fans. One of my boys, he was like, I tell you what, if this stops us winning the league, he said, I've just given up on life. But at the end of the day, things are bigger than life. Let me ask you this, actually, to us, to football. Does this mean that Solskjaer, he's definitely going to be here for at least another year? Even out of fairness, Rants, if the season gets locked off before we can even judge him by the end of it, surely he should get the chance to carry on again. But then Frank Leboeuf was in an interview saying, no, if the right guy's there, go and get them. So what do you think?
I always say...
Well, I think I know what your answer is going to be.
I always look at Manchester United as, what do we need to do to get back to where we belong, innit? And where we belong is fighting for honours on all fronts, innit? Like, not just fighting for a Europa League or a League Cup or whatever. We have to be looking at what's the best there, bruv. And I use the same analogy with AJ, heavyweight boxing, get the best trainer, bruv. You saw Fury change this trainer and bust Wilder's ass, bruv. So what you got to do, you got to go and get what's the best out there, bruv. Solskjaer's not the best out there. We know that. Based on the run that he had, after he got the permanent job, he shouldn't even be here to see what's going on. He should have been sacked, bro. Worst start in 30-year history, mate. God knows, maybe it was even longer than.
But like they say, it's not about where you start, it's where you finish. And if he would have got a fourth place,
but he hasn't.
progress.
But he hasn't though, because the league's not done yet.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So,
Do you know what I'm saying?
so for that exact reason, the league's not done. He deserves to see
when
a
you
chance.
say it's not
Surely.
where you start, where you finish, bro. We don't know where Moyes would have finished then. We don't know where LVG would have finished then. They got sacked, bro. You just have to do it on merit, innit? On merit, you don't deserve to be here. Not on performances and not on his CV, bruv. The only thing that's got him here is sentiment, innit? And there's no room for sentiment in business, bruv. That's why they say you shouldn't do business with your friends or your family, bruv, because there can't be sentiment involved, bro. You have to do what's best for the business. And what's best for the business is getting a better manager in to coach these players, because we have some very good players at the club.
I think obviously with the counter argument, as I always put, I don't know. I think the last sort of 3 months. All right, let's just say since Bruno coming. Let's just be real. Since Bruno coming, you can say it's all because of him or it's not. Right, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it, yeah, that's fine. But you can't argue with the results that we've been having. And to be fair, there's things bigger than football, so rightly so, the Football League should have stopped. But you don't know. You look like we were building something there. And I don't mean building this amazing thing where we're going to challenge for honours next season and we've made it. I'm just saying the upturn and form was there. It was 29 goals scored, 9 conceded, I think something like that. Loads of clean sheets. So you're saying climbing up the league. I'm just saying he looked like he was potentially. So
you're saying to me that
a
manager that's been doing crap here should keep his job based on the fact that one player's come in and changed the dynamic of the team. That's not good enough, bro.
A player that he brought in.
Your job
he sanctioned.
Bruv,
he brought him in.
He would have come anyway, blood. Poch wanted him, bruv. We don't know that we got him because of thing. Tottenham were on the verge of signing him, bruv. It's a fact. Poch wanted it.
He was great.
Poch is telling Edward, giving him the list.
Bruv, how do you know that? Bruv, how do I know that Poch wanted it?
No, because I know he wanted to sign him at Spurs because there was
blood.
talks.
He was on the verge of signing for Tottenham, bruv, and as soon as there was uncertainty about
so Poch went, don't worry, I'll be at Man United anyway, so
I'm not saying he said that, but what I'm saying is, we weren't the only team that wanted man, bruv. It was common sense, that he was a baller. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Do you know what I mean? So it's not like he unearthed a gem out of nowhere, bruv. Do you know what I mean? It's not like he signed him from the
So then he's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't.
Nah, it's not like he signed him from the 4th division in Brazil, flipping there's that little wonder boy fucking Tagliatelle that they've got here. Bruv, he come from 4th division in Brazil. If you bring in a man like that and he does that, then fine, innit?
You're what?
You brought in the top scorer in flipping Portugal,
because that means you're not giving.
Get out of it.
So then when Sir Alex brought in Van Persie, because that was what we needed. Everyone was saying masterstroke, well done. We needed that.
Nah, but we knew.
He was the top scorer in the league and we needed goals.
We knew.
So he gets the credit for that.
Bruv, he got credit for getting Van Persie to snub Arsenal, blood, because he's the godfather. But no one said,
you
oh
can't
my
not
God.
give him credit, Rants.
Bruv, how can you say that
So you're not giving Ollie no credit for signing Bruno Fernandes?
How can you say that signing Robin Van Persie was a masterstroke? It wasn't a masterstroke.
No, I know it's an easy decision, but what I'm saying is it's bad boy Sir Alex, well done.
Getting Ruud Van Nistelrooy, after having 2 cruciate operations was more of a masterstroke because we didn't know how he was going to recover from that injury. We didn't know if he was still going to be the same player.
So he has to unearth gems for you to be
I'm not
well
saying
done.
that, but I'm saying he hasn't done nothing special with the players that he's got. What I'm seeing him do with the players he has is what he should be doing at a bare minimum. He hasn't exceeded what he's meant to be doing with these men. He's got good players, bro. And even when he had good players before Bruno, he was still getting beat by teams like Watford. Still no identity, still no style of football. There's still nothing. He hasn't imprinted anything on this team that I can say, this is built in his image.
Has he changed the mentality of the players?
I don't think so.
Has he changed the ethos?
What, the mentality? What, like Harry Maguire celebrating a man of the match when we drew with Everton? I don't think so. Him smiling when we lose games? I don't think he's changed the thing. No, I don't think he's changed it at all.
So you don't think he's changed anything?
I don't think he's changed the mentality.
What would you? All right then.
I think that maybe he's a nice guy and the players like him a bit more because he's not as moody as Jose. Yeah,
he's definitely not as moody.
Yeah, I'm saying he's not as So I think that maybe the players maybe enjoy coming to work a bit more. Yeah, that's about it. But other than that, in terms of a tactical point of view, in terms of a technical point of view,
squad progression, the players moved out, players moved in. Look at the signings that we've got.
We already had this conversation. A lot of these men that left wanted to go anyway. Okay. Lukaku categorically said, I told him I didn't want to be here. So did Alexis Sanchez because he wanted to keep Sanchez. And he said Sanchez is going to score a lot of goals for us this season. Sanchez said, I'm not playing for you. And then he left. Do you know what I mean? There weren't many players. What
about we thought we weren't doing nothing for us anyway, mate? Sod off, go on then.
That's true.
We don't care.
But at the same time, there weren't many players that we were saying, get rid of them. And he just jettisoned, bro. There's not many players that wanted to stay that he got rid of, bro. That's not what happened, innit? I'll give him credit for shit that man's actually done, actually done.
Like what?
But when I look at things, as I said, he makes it It's a more
Nice to
happier
come to work.
environment. Yeah.
People saying we
look a lot
like
more
this
happy.
squad a lot more now.
What do you mean we like the squad?
As in, like, the players that are in it, like the characters that are in it.
Yeah,
like,
but that's because all the bad apples
Yeah.
or whatever, they wanted to leave anyway. They
Okay.
weren't happy. Do you know what I mean? It's good. I like the atmosphere. I like all of that. Yeah, cool. We brought
More
back,
solid in
brought back
defence.
the suits and all that.
because we got Maguire and
But again,
Bissaka,
we got Maguire and Bissaka.
Strengthen our defence.
Also,
definitely strengthen our defence.
bruv, listen to this, yeah? We're playing a defensive style of football. We've been playing a defensive style of football under Jose previously for 2-3 years. So I do think he's reaped the benefits, yeah, of inheriting a Jose Mourinho team, bro. You have to. Do you know what I mean? Because they've still had that defensive mindset.
So you're not giving him any credit for getting
what's
one
the
Bissaka
difference in
and
the
thing.
football now between Jose and Ollie's, apart from the fact that we've got better players? Tell me the difference. There's no difference. It's the same sit back and let the other team have the ball. We still don't take care of the ball. We still don't do anything.
But I would say since Bruno's come though,
we
I would say we do that though.
We still rely on individuals to produce moments of brilliance for us to win games. We don't score team goals. I haven't seen a Man United goal and said, "Oh, that's such a well-worked team goal." It's all like, "Oh my God, Bruno, that flick from Bruno, oh, that touch from Magallo, top bins and that." I'm not looking at this saying, "Yo, look at this beautiful."
But is that not a
build-up."
consequence of what happens when you sign better players? Then?
No, bruv, of course, when you sign better
is what we
players,
want
they
as
will do
fans.
things, but the
We
difference
keep saying
is,
these players are not good enough. We need better players. We get better players, and the better players do better things. Like Bruno thinks, "Oh, let me dink it to Martial. No one's looking." That's what we're buying. We're buying genius.
However, that's not sustainable. The reason why that's not sustainable is look at Real Madrid after Zidane left, yeah? Them man still had the same players and were getting absolutely mashed up. Because you can't just rely on players to just win games for you. They will do it sometimes, but players can't be on form every match. That's why you need a system. You need something familiar for these players. They need something that they can do consistently and believe in, bro. Because as soon as that left, when Zidane left, everything went out the window. Then he's come back and all of a sudden, it's back again. Do you see what I mean? So it's not just having good players. And 1 to 11, Real Madrid probably have the best squad in world football. 1 to 11, bro. Solid, bro. It's arguable. It's up there.
It's up there.
Serious back four.
It's up there.
And when you got Casemiro, Modric, and them, man, and Toni Kroos,
It's up there.
do you understand? It's up there. Do you know what I mean? And them man were getting whack up by everyone.
Yeah, they were.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's not just enough. That's why I genuinely believe if you give Oli 11 good players, you're still not going to get consistent performances. Because even with us, when we watch United, we don't know what we're going to get game for game.
Okay,
don't
so
know.
to be fair, at the beginning of that question, which was about 15 minutes ago, I think I was saying, does he deserve to stay?
Nah, he
because
don't.
the league's been lock off. Rants is saying no.
I think that
I'm
is very
saying-
short-sighted for Manchester United
Fair
fans
enough.
to forget all of
Okay.
the rubbish that came before. As you said, the worst start. To
I think he
Premier
does though, Rants. I think he deserves
The
the
worst
last
start,
8
but that's
games.
good for you, bruv. You
I
said
think
it
he
yourself.
does.
Is it not the worst start that we've ever had?
It has, but it might not be the worst finish.
Ever? No, but it will.
It might not be the worst finish.
Bruv, it will be near enough.
That's the thing for me. If we would have
We're not
finished
finishing
fourth,
in the top 4.
No, but this is what I'm saying. That well, we might not now because the league. But if we, and you might have to eat them words if the league carries on, we get fourth. You know.
But
So
we're not
hold that.
finishing in the top 4.
If we do finish in the top 4, is everyone going to go? For God's sake, we got in the top 4. I mean, it's our worst start in the 30 years.
No,
they're
you're
going
right.
to go, rah. It was our worst start in 30 years, and we still managed to get top 4. Yes, the league's crap, but we're still going to celebrate the fact we got top 4. We're not going to go, this is crap because we're top 4.
But here's the difference between me, who looks long term, and then other fickle short term football fans. Because like I keep saying, when we finished second under Jose, that was one of the worst Manchester United teams I recently saw.
We shouldn't have been celebrating.
We didn't deserve to finish second. Jose keeps saying that's one of his biggest achievements. But the reason why we finished second is because Tottenham bottled it. Arsenal were crap. There was loads of different things that happened that allowed us to finish second. But we were not the second best team in the league in terms of consistency through the whole league. And the same, even if we finish 4th now, we ain't been the 4th best team in the league, bro. We arguably haven't even been the top 7th best team in the league because Wolves have probably been better than us in terms of consistency. Sheffield United have been better than us.
Yeah, but you know what?
I mean?
But you know what? You know what though? It's true what you're saying in terms
Bro,
of like
so
that thing.
you have
but
to
the
look
facts
past
are,
that.
But the facts are, you
No.
finish where you finish. You finish where you
Yeah,
deserve
but-
to finish. Though.
yeah, but you should
Wolves have
always-
been better than us, but didn't get the same amount
Yeah,
of
but
points.
be
So they've been
realistic.
worse.
Be realistic, though.
They've been worse though.
Yeah, but listen, be realistic about it, though. You can't just look at it.
That is realistic. They haven't got as much points as
but
us.
It's not, though. That's not realistic. That's
What
like.
do you mean?
Flex, that's like you.
Hold on. What?
Bro, that is the most short-sighted way of looking at
But we've got
football.
more points,
Which
though.
is why, if man gets stuck with Oli, and next season we're crap blood,
Yeah.
You know what I'm
You can say I told you
Then I
so,
have to
yeah.
look at you and say you're an idiot, man.
No, but I'm not saying.
It's just like if you get into a fight with someone, that you know is stronger than you and a better fighter, but you get a lucky punch.
Yeah.
You're not gonna want to fight him again.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna be like,
listen,
you know
I see
what?
both sides. I see both
you know
sides.
what? I'm not the better fighter, but I won this one.
Yeah, I'm gone.
Cool,
I'm
I'm
gone.
gone.
I hear
And
that.
that's Ollie. Bro.
I hear that.
Lucky punch FC.
But what I'm saying
man's
is,
not trying to stick around.
Eventually.
Put everything into context, innit? That's why I say about the Jose second place. Put it into context. Put United's position into context. We don't deserve to be anywhere near there, but we are because everyone else keeps fumbling the bag, innit? So let's not overlook it and say, you know what, Ollie's doing an amazing job. It's more, he's fortunate.
So what about a manager winning the league when the whole league's shit then?
No.
Is it less of a title because he's won the league? Because
Nah,
you shouldn't have got the
but the
league because
difference
everyone
is-
else was crap. Well, I won the league, mate.
Yeah, but some people can say that about Leicester, maybe. Say that, you know what, everyone else...
But this is what I'm saying. It doesn't take away from their
It
achievement.
doesn't take away from their achievement.
You can only
but
play what's there.
It doesn't take away from their achievement. But did they win it the next year? No, they didn't. Did they come near winning it the next year? No, they didn't. They nearly got relegated. Do you know what I mean? Like, context is everything. People lose context with emotion and start getting excited and saying, Ollie's doing great. But everyone else around him is doing crap. If you actually look at points amassed, over this, it's not amazing. He's still on course to finish with less points than David Moyes. So... And that's the guy that they were flying planes for. So let's keep it all into context. I look at Manchester United as, can this manager have us challenging for titles, challenging for cups, and all of that? Like, can he get us back to where we need to be? If he's not that guy to do it, and there's someone out there that can, I'm looking at that guy. I don't really care.
All the time.
Yeah, I'm always looking for that guy. Why are we going to wait for 2 years to look for that guy if that guy's available? Yeah.
You're there with binoculars every time. You're always looking for him.
That's it. Why am I...
God help Pochettino if he ends up at this helm, and starts doing badly.
No, he won't.
Because what are you going to do? Come for him? Or you're going to have to just back him for...
Pochettino's never done badly, in his career so far, Like, he lost the Tottenham job, He left, and they're worse.
That's true.
So that it wasn't him. It was proven. Do you know what I mean? It was proven it wasn't him. But everywhere he's gone, he's improved teams steadily, gradually. Like what he done with Southampton, like what he did with Tottenham, Champions League final.
Ollie's got more trophies than him. He has. You're always talking about the facts. The facts are that Pochettino ain't experienced lifting up anything, and Ollie has.
No, Pochettino's lifted teams, from the bottom of the sewers, to a Champions League final. Do you know what I'm saying?
Didn't win it.
Didn't win it.
Didn't win it. If Ollie got to a Champions League final, didn't win, you'd be going, look, you see, he's a bum fam. He didn't even win it.
But Ollie wouldn't get to the Champions League final. Do you know what I mean? Unless
We
he's
might have got to the
playing.
Europa League final.
Unless he's playing, Ollie ain't getting to no Champions League final.
That's
You know what I'm
crazy.
saying, bruv? Like,
I hope he
literally,
proves you wrong.
Ollie will get his pants pulled down
Just for you.
tactically in the
Just like I
Champions
said, I
League.
told
It will
you.
never happen.
But it's never going to happen.
Tactically, he will get his pants pulled down in the Champions League against elite managers, bro. He's
The elite managers that he's done better than
he's
this season when he's played against them?
Who's that?
Pep Guardiola.
We're City in the league. What does that matter?
Doesn't matter, but I'm talking about
What does that matter,
But no, because in a cup game that would be one-off game. So in a one-off game, if he got to a final, he could beat Pep.
Bro, he's not beating Pep when it matters. I swear.
He has though. He has.
He's not
It's
beating
mattered
Pep
in the
when it
two league
matters.
games we played in this season.
Why does it matter if they're so clear of us?
No, it's mattered to us because we need the points.
But it doesn't
And we got
matter,
3
though.
points. You
It
can't
don't
say that.
matter.
No, you can't
It doesn't
say
matter.
that. You can't say it don't matter.
What does it matter beating City if we're going to lose to Watford?
It don't matter to City. No. It don't matter to
What
City.
does it matter?
In that game, did it? All right, then. So
Bro,
when we beat them, it didn't matter then. When we just beat them at home, it didn't
I
matter.
loved it, but guess what? I would rather beat all the small teams and lose to all the teams around
I know
us,
that.
and we'll still finish higher.
So you're saying that it didn't matter that we beat
Don't tell me
them?
that 3 points against City is worth more than 3 points against Bournemouth, because it's not.
But it's all 3 points. Though. It's just 3 points.
No. Well, then you're saying it's just 3 points, but then act like it's just.
So
3
every
points.
game
Don't
matters.
say that 3
No, I'm
points
saying every
against City
game
is worth
matters.
more.
I'm saying exactly that's what I'm saying.
But in the grand scheme of
matters.
everything, it only matters if you're doing other things. So it don't matter that we beat City if man are gonna go lose to flipping to Watford.
But how we started talking about this was the fact that in the Champions League final he wouldn't beat him. I'm saying, well, he's proved he
He'll
can beat
get
him.
his pants
And in a
pulled down, bruv.
How do you know that? He hasn't got his pants pulled down this season.
He's
though.
not levels tactically, And the fact is, yes, we beat City. It's amazing. I'm not gonna go and pretend that man beat a full strength Man City team, at the peak of their powers. We didn't, bruv. We didn't. Like, I'm not gonna.
Nah, they had them out. Just because they didn't have De Bruyne, that doesn't mean that they were shit. That doesn't mean that.
Bruv.
We beat them when they had De Bruyne as well earlier in the season.
Man's not just talking about De Bruyne, Like, the whole thing with City is a madness.
They had Aguero up front, the best
with
Premier League
City,
striker ever,
With City, it looks
arguably.
like they're trying to win the Champions League. That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like to
So
me.
you think they just didn't care when they played us?
It looks like
You know what it looked like to me? It looked like to me that
looks like City
Pep,
aren't bothered.
I just think Pep don't have an answer to when we sit back and try and counter them. So we got out tactic.
I don't think that's the case. But so how come when they clattered us the other day, what happened then?
Yeah, take that one out.
Yeah, we didn't get out.
But then we went and won the second leg.
Yeah, but we got whacked. They put the game.
We played them 4 times this season and won 3.
Bro, they and when it mattered, they clattered us and put the second game to bed. It didn't even matter. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Which can happen against a good team.
It looked like they weren't bothered, bro. Like, that's how I felt. As much as it was amazing to beat them, it looked like they didn't care if they
I'm just saying, when you're saying it don't matter that he wouldn't beat him in the final.
Bruv.
He could beat him in the final. That's like saying, because you said that this season, Ollie's been jammy. How did he beat my man? How do you know he couldn't get to a Champions League final and beat Pep? Of course he could. Of course he could. It's a one-off game. He's proved he can do it already.
Bruv, he's rubbish, innit? I'm tired of this.
Alright, anyway, let's move on. We could be here all
Because
day
you can
doing
rebuttal everything, but the facts are substitutions are crap. Like, everything's just crap, innit? But the players are just doing what they're meant to do, innit? And like what they're getting paid
No
for.
ratings, fam.
I don't rate him as a manager. I think he's a terrible manager.
Listen, I don't even know where we was at the beginning of this. You guys make your own mind and talk your views in the comments below. That's what I was going to ask you. Let's be a bit more fun, actually, before we carry on the United talk. What have you been doing in this, like, kind of, while the football's off? What have you been doing in spare time? And it's sport in general, because I know you're a big NBA fan. Yeah. No, sport is lock off. So what have you been doing? I
built a studio in my house, blood. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, I mean, man, start gaming, fam. You know, the ones.
You're in the gaming
my
now,
setup is wavy.
You any good at FIFA? Are you good?
I'm good, but I'm not like amazing because I don't play it that often. Yeah. You know the ones. When I was younger, I used to be the guy on FIFA, but life gets in the way. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be back on it, get my ultimate team sorted and that, start streaming.
Oh, don't get sucked in. Ultimate team, yeah. Let me tell you something about ultimate team, yeah. I went, stupid, you think I'm spending real money on imaginary guys running around and thing? Yeah? Man, then you come up against an 8-year-old who's front three is Mbappe, Neymar, Messi. And then you see man's bench and he's got Hazard, Cristiano, Dybala, and you think, he's taking... Nah, and he's probably using his parents' credit card. I work, let me get some players. Yeah. When you start opening packs and you get like, Cedric Suarez as a gold, or you open your pack and you get like Rondon gold, Rondon gold card, and you're like, how is my? Then you see some of the prices of some of these players of real money. You go on eBay, real money, like $1,000, $2,000 of real money to get a Ronaldo. Like, it's madness. Yeah, it's a madness. Don't get sucked in.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get sucked in on them things. You get me? But you know what I mean, you just gotta keep yourself entertained, bruv, in these high times, bruv. Yeah, but it's mad.
I've been watching badminton. I was watching the Koreans.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Sick. Yeah. Not live, I weren't there, but I've been watching that. I watched snooker. A man got 100 break, yeah. No one clapping because no one was there. Like the commentator went, well, we're clapping. And I'm watching snooker, and I've been watching squash.
Hey, brother, I wanted to play squash, wavy. It's wavy fitness. Yeah, but them hard floors, my knees ain't up to that. You know, like that, but squash looks like a wavy game.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's going to be about, though, isn't it? Like, you think how important sport is to us.
But and not just sport, just entertainment in general. And that's why it's important find new ways to be entertained. We keep making shows and putting out content because people want to be entertained now more than ever, bro. Do you know what I mean? If ever there was a time for entertainment, it's now. Do you know what I mean? People actually have to start talking to their girlfriends on that. Like, it's mad. You know, like that.
I was listening to Talksport this morning and the Moose was like, what are you going to do? And he goes, right, well, there's this big document that's on my dining room table. It's called Things to Do. And my wife wrote it to me. He goes, first of all, I'm going to have to speak to her now as well, which I haven't done in 20 years.
This is it.
And it's just mad, isn't it? How things just change.
You have to make plans. You have to actually communicate with people.
Yeah.
It's mad.
It is mad.
Like that. But hey, yeah, I mean...
Sometimes it can be a good thing, though, because you can realise some of the stuff you've been missing out on. Bro, family, friends, meeting up, loved ones.
Try and make positive of every situation.
Yeah. Really. Talking of fun, though, remember we spoke about ages ago about like a little basketball shootout, and I was telling you, listen, you got the boxing thing and all that. I wouldn't come into the ring with you because that's your thing. And I said to you, basketball is actually my first sport.
We can get a court, yeah.
We can, 100%. We'll do a shootout, 100%.
We can do that, bro.
We'll do a round the key. Josh, come down, film it.
Yeah, that would be wavy.
I'll get this guy. I'll be saying, I told you, I'm better than you. You can't sink a free like me. You can't. Like that would be interesting.
Bruv,
we can do a badminton game.
As you said, basketball's your thing. So anyhow you lose, bruv. Understand, like the memes. I'm gonna have bams on deck.
But this is. But I'll do what you do. Like with the boxing, I'll say, Rants, be careful. You might lose. Yeah. I can't lose. Yeah. I can't be hit. Like this. This is like with the basketball thing, I'm like, no, you can't beat me.
And then I just turn up that Chef Curry, but I'm just cooking up a storm, cuz.
So in terms of content, fun content, we're gonna be doing some stuff, man. We've got some exciting stuff coming up in the next couple of days. You guys will see what it is. So in terms of the content, and another thing is that we're still going to be talking Man United. There's still going to be a place where you guys can come and not just hear doom and gloom all the time. I think that's important. I think you can go to your mainstream news outlets to find out exactly what's going on in the world.
You don't need to come here for that.
You don't need to come here for that. You can come here to hear our opinion the odd time on it, but I think essentially what we're not going to do is day by day keep regurgitating the same thing and being in a state of doom and gloom. It is important where we are right now as a human race. We're not going to disregard it, but I don't want this to become a place where people don't feel they can come here and have fun. And do you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
yeah, as much as we're going to take it seriously. I want to talk about Gala. Let's talk about a game that did happen. Since this might be our last game we can ever dissect. Obviously, me and Josh had a very, very eventful trip to Austria. It was mad, bro. It was mad. Like, there was people saying, don't go. Obviously, I think people thought I didn't get the memo that it was behind closed doors. I was like, do people not realise I know the game's behind closed doors? Luckily, I mean, we actually did have a ticket for the game. I hadn't got a ticket on my membership, like a lot of fools and liars out there that are spreading lies thinking that we're just part of the media club. Think that is, we don't. I actually had a normal ticket, which I'll get refunded. But I just happened to get media accreditation by chance as well, which was fantastic from the club. The haters and the fools out there and the liars, yeah, you lot, who think that all of this has come easy and that they haven't realised the struggle that we've had to go through just to get our voice heard in a press conference. Bro, but I want to come on and say, they're the worst two questions I've ever... And imagine, sorry, just quickly, a man, he knows who he is, said, I'm just in the mood now. Okay.
Yeah, let's do this.
He said, yeah, I'm putting on the voice, I just pictured this how he must be speaking because he's a hater. This is a hater voice. Yeah, well, they were the worst two questions I've ever heard asked in a press conference. Sky Sports News, Pogba's standing like this. Pogba's staying. Wonder who asked that question. Fool, sit down. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they think that, like, everything's just come easy. And before, like, I was talking to Mark, it's true. Before, no offence, he won't mind me saying this. Before, Mark was just a guy in his underpants, talking, a Nottingham Forest fan in his underpants, talking about Man United, who's never going to be anything. And now it's, oh, nah, they're in with the club. Oh, what, the club have seen just two people in the underpants and now want them in press conferences, is it? You fools.
But you know what it is, yeah? Like,
it's
people
funny,
think
man.
it's come easy, yeah, because it has, because we're bloody good. Man. That's what it comes down to, innit? Yeah. Yes, we look fair enough. Like, we probably ain't been around as long as the rest of them, but that's because we're bloody good.
But the thing is about it as well, yeah.
We're just bloody good, mate. This is what happens. You see, when you're good, it looks easy, but it's not easy.
Well, the thing is, people will say, oh, they're this or they're that, and that's fine. Have your opinion, that's fine. But, 700,000 people disagree with you, and those are the ones that subscribe. And those are not the ones that watch and don't subscribe. Someone was saying to you, I saw someone, how does this Rants have 65,000 thing and whatever? They're all idiots. And at the end of the day, just block him.
But this is it.
Just block him. But where was we? Yeah, we went to Austria. Yeah. As much as some people couldn't believe we were there and hating on us, that's their prerogative. I leave them. I went to have my Sunday dinner. It was an eventful trip. The plane, I don't want to over-exaggerate.
He was on fire, fam.
I always say that, and he's saying...
Saw it, fam.
Simon was on your plane.
Simon was on our plane, which people again think, oh, Flex was on the same plane as some of the journalists. He's in there. How about journalists just take normal chartered flights? There were United fans on there. If you look back at the video when we landed and we was in one piece, they were going, United. When I was like, bro, these man, I need that. Yeah. I was just shook. The first one I wasn't thinking about was United. I was thinking, oh my God, I'm alive. But fair play to the fans at the back. They were like, United. What, are they journalists too? You fool. Anyway, back to the point. Josh saying the plane nearly blew up. We landed, there was fire brigades everywhere. I was thinking, oh my God, this is a thing. Then we had to stay over in Frankfurt. We get there. Then the game might be off. Then it was on.
Yeah, I heard
it was
that
crazy.
All the games were postponed, yeah?
Yeah.
And they were saying it was going to be effective immediately. So I thought the game wasn't going to happen.
It was crazy.
Then people were saying, the game's still going to go on. And then I was just like, fair enough. And you know what's mad, in football? When players score, they always run to the corner flag. Like, fam, there's no one there.
Yeah.
There's literally no one there.
But I rate a guy that's still doing it. He's like, this is my ritual, fam. I don't care.
Yeah. Man ran to the corner. I was like, bruv, there's no one there. He might as well have turned back.
I said to you, I went, is that when the away fans are going to sit?
Because you know what's mad, yeah? When we bang goals in 7-a-side, we just turn around and high-five our friends because we know ain't no one there, blood. But man, still run to the corner. But we might as well turn back around and just start smacking them. Where you going, bro?
Yeah, it's true. It's mad. It's mad, isn't it? We did smack them up 5-0. If the Europa League was to continue, would definitely be in the next round, 5-0 up. Oli could play whatever team he wanted in the home leg.
You would hope so. We probably put out a strong team, though.
Come on.
Play Gomez.
You should be playing Levitt,
Play
you
Gomez,
should be playing
play
Ghana.
Chong, play all
you
them,
should
man.
be putting out the youth team, as far as I'm concerned, with
Should
maybe
be.
one or two. Like play a Phil Jones or whatever. Just play anyone.
Play all of
Doesn't
them.
matter.
I don't want to see
Put Lee
any
Grant
of
in
them
goal as
other
well.
man in there because they don't need to be in
But
there.
it might not even get played. But good game, innit? In terms of goals, good goals. We did what we're supposed to do to them.
We
I know
did
that.
what we're supposed to do
but,
to them.
in fact, like you said, we keep talking about we should, like that thing, like what you say. I don't care. We're supposed to go to Bournemouth and give them 4.
That's one of the first
we're
times
supposed to go to
that
LASK
we
and
went
give
to
them
them
5.
and gave them the clotting.
Yeah,
Like,
that was a proper. Yeah,
You know what I mean? When you play against a team like that, the worst thing that could happen for them is that they've got a decent pitch. Because usually when you go away from home and the pitch is rubbish, it makes it more difficult for us. But when you go and the pitch is half decent, they never stood a chance, innit? Their man got sauced up. Do you know what I mean?
Agalo's doing a madness, like with some of the
He's
goals.
doing a madness, but
that goal he scored.
Agalo's doing what he's meant to do, bruv. Because you know what it is with players like Agalo, yeah? Like I said, like you see, like with Darren Bent. If Darren Bent was around in this generation now, he'd be one of the most sought-after strikers in the Premier League, blood. It just so happens it's generations, innit? When you play for lower teams, when you play for better teams, you get more chances, innit? So technically, you should score more goals if you've got the right temperament. Agalo was scoring mad goals for Watford, but it's just that he weren't consistent. He was on this Lualua vibe, and I still get that from him. Like that St. Maxim and all them brothers, they can score mad goals, but can they do it consistently? You know?
I think the types of goals he's been scoring, I think he can keep that up with us because they're poaching goals.
He will get more chances 100%. Like that, so he can. That kind of counters it. But when you're at a worse team, you get less chances, and because you're missing more, you score less.
Noticed. Do you
know what I'm saying? But when you're at a team where more chances are created for you, and when you look at the type of goals he's scoring, the geezer doesn't know that he's not meant to be at Manchester United. He doesn't know that. The goals he's scoring, it's like he believes he's meant to be
100%.
there. And that is the best thing about him.
He should be there, though. Like, because he is.
That's the best thing about him. He believes that, this is my level. Even though 100%. On paper it's not. Do you know what I mean? And that's why that goal.
So is that us then? Do we need to put more respect on his name? Birdman thing. Put respect on my name.
Yeah, but even when I even said I didn't want him, I said I didn't want him because it showed a lack of organisation. First it was Josh King, then it was him and that. But when he came in, I said, you know what, he'll probably surprise people and score a few goals. Because he's just a proper centre forward. A proper centre forward. And the goal he scored, bruv. Like I said, if Messi done that. If man spent 75 mil on a striker, like, bruv, if Bruno plays that ball to Lukaku, he'd probably still be controlling it now.
Yeah.
You know them ones. And my man just, boom! He off balance, man, and clotted it top bins.
Even when he scored against Derby as well, how it just came back to him.
And even the technique, on the left foot, it's all sus because it's all half sliced. And
he's got right foot,
but the way he hits it, technically, it's not right, the way he hits the ball, but it just goes in the bins, bruv. Like, this guy, he's just on form right now.
Yeah.
At the same time, remember when Daniel James first came, and he was on smoke and then it dried up?
Yeah.
So it's obvious, it's very, very important to not get too carried away with what man's doing because in 10 games' time, maybe he's not doing
Good goal for Dan James as well, good for his confidence. Nice to get a
It
goal.
was.
He really needed that.
Did you see Bruno's reaction to that? He was like, see, this idiot never passes, blood. Bruno was fuming, blood. And I always say, man in the changing room know who the dead ballers are, bruv, because Bruno was vexed. He didn't even celebrate. Because he's like, bruv, I made the run. Of course you didn't see it because you're looking at your shoelaces like you always are.
But
you know
then Bruno
but I was
had
happy that he scored
could have passed as well.
I was happy that he scored though.
Yeah, he needed that.
Bro.
Yeah.
He needed
and that's where it's a shame going back into what's going on at the moment. The players are building such momentum. And it's but like we said,
it's a horrible time for us for football to stop because we're on a run right now where do you know what I mean? Like I fancy us against anyone right now.
But then Tottenham come at the best time.
Great time for Tottenham because you know what I'm saying. My brother calls them NHS Hotspurs.
Yeah,
everyone's
100%.
out, blood. You know what I mean? So,
they are. Before we finish off, you know me. I'm into my kicks. You know what I mean. I'm a trainer head, a sneaker head, whatever you want to call it. This guy is usually. You know what I mean, more reserved. You've got the Reebok Classics you just wore. And I'm into the skinny fit, or I wear the slim jeans or skinny jeans, got the rips in it. I remember you got some jeans the other day with rips. He's like, yo, I'm doing a flex. This guy today, how come he's got bright? Put your foot. Bright pink. So
like
Ollie
that.
Pose. Bright pink trainers, bro.
He's back at the wheel.
You know what I'm saying? Woo! Like, I'm going to say this, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I'm sure you will. I think the way Ollie got you feeling with this team playing all confidently and we're starting to clout up a few teams and that, it's got you coming out of your shell and you got bright pink, luminous pink trainers.
Yeah, these are saucy still.
Do you know what I mean?
You know what it is, yeah? I've always had loud things anyway. Do you know what I mean? I do that, but the thing is, I don't do it often, and I do it occasionally. Like, I'll have one loud item, so I've got red trainers, I'll do that. Do you know what I mean? I've got pink shirts and that, but it's just one of them, I'll wear them as and when. Sometimes when man's feeling real yardy and that, man just man just go for something yellow, real loud. Yeah, man got some bright, luminous green, neon green kicks as well. I've got these in neon green as well, like.
This guy.
Sometimes, man.
But you would have laughed at. I've got the Yeezys on today. You would have laughed at these.
But you got the lime green Yeezys as well. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes it's alright to have one loud pair of items, but when man's all loud and that, like uncle, bruv, like top to bottom loud, I don't do them things. Do you know what I mean? But no, I love my trainers, bruv. But it's always comfort first for me, style second for me, bruv. You know the ones. If I find a pair of trainers that are comfortable for me, I own like 6 pairs of these.
See?
Do you know what I mean? Because
man's got the bright pink Oswegos, you know.
Because they're comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like, comfort has to be first for me. I don't care how nice certain things look, because you put them on, they're not comfortable. Like, certain Jordans I don't like, bro, because they're not comfortable for me. Like, I put them on, and they're too narrow in the front. I don't like it. Clumpy. Yeah, I like my feet to just be able to...
So you like more trainers that can stretch?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I like comfortable trainers. That's why I love the Reebok Classics, because literally out the box...
Yeah, boom. You can bust them. Yeah, maybe a pair of Yeezys are for you then.
Yeah, again, the
right colour. You're not on the Mac colours though.
I don't like
I can't imagine the Mac.
The new ones, in all black look wavy.
Do
you know what I'm saying? Those I would wear, but a lot of the other ones I wouldn't wear. Bro.
Question section, just to finish off. Actually, I forgot about the questions. This is from @Clover_D. Flex and Rants. Would you sign a Garlo over Raul Jimenez in the summer?
No,
I wouldn't.
Raul Jimenez
is my favourite.
On top.
If someone says to me, who's your favourite player outside of your team? I know there's other players I could choose who are better than it. I just love Raul Jimenez. I love what he stands for. I love how he plays. I love
because it's the kind of player you are. So that's what you're gonna like. It's just why I like Firmino, because I used to play in the 10. I like those kind of players, innit?
Yeah,
so
man.
like it makes sense.
Raul Jimenez is
cold, and the thing is, Raul Jimenez has shown me that consistently he can play at a certain level.
Yeah.
Agallo hasn't shown me that. Yeah. So as much as it's amazing what Agallo's doing, consistency.
Yeah. Only in context, like I love what Agallo's doing. Long may it continue. But if you're asking me over Raul Jimenez, nah. Flex and Rants. This is from KLaz1212. I like this question a lot. Which games would you watch again if you were in quarantine? Doesn't have to only be Man United matches.
Good, because I can't remember too many games, like United games that I'd watch again, bruv, to be honest.
No, it don't have to be this season, in history.
Oh.
Yeah, anytime. Loads. What are you watching?
8-2.
Yeah.
6-1.
Yeah.
5-3 Tottenham.
Yeah.
Which one else did I enjoy? Ooh. 3-2 Southampton, Van Persie.
Yeah.
That had me going mad, bro. I thought we lost that game.
Van Persie's free kick against City, last minute.
Yeah.
I'd rewatch...
Van Persie's volley against Aston Villa. Bro, I think that's the best goal in that.
But he scored one. He scored one against Charlton at Arsenal, which
Arsenal,
was wicked.
from the edge of the box.
That was banging.
That was mad. But the over-the-shoulder thing, for me, the ball from Rooney and then over-the-shoulder clap. For me, that's a lot harder skill to catch something over the shoulder. When you're seeing something come to you, it's different from when you're not seeing it all the way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I'd watch. I think it was Ronaldo's first game at Highbury. Man was shushing the fans. He scored 2. It was when that stand-up speak up campaign was going on for racism. They had the black and white bands. Cause I remember they were going for loads on eBay and everyone wanted to buy them. But he scored a left footer across the goal and he scored a tap in. And he was, because the fans were getting onto him the whole game, and he was literally just shushing the whole of Highbury, shushing them.
What was that? The black kit?
Yeah, the black kit, black with the white kit. We had skulls. That was, I think that was when Keane when he said, "You want to pick on someone?" You know what I mean? I'd watch that. I'd rewatch some of the game. I'd rewatch some of the painful ones. I'd rewatch that game against Real Madrid when Nani got sent off. When he shouldn't have got sent off. Just, I know it sounds weird, like say people saying, why would you watch the negative times?
But even the ones we lost, even the Real Madrid double header that we lost as well, bruv. With R9 and that. When
R9 come and binsed us out, when everyone's clapping it. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll rewatch that. I'll rewatch Beckham when we had to score, was it against Greece, when he scored that penalty, free kick at Old Trafford? I'll rewatch the England 5-1. England, Argentina.
Germany.
Germany, but when Beckham kicks him, did he kick? When he put his foot out and got sent off? 98,
Argentina.
I'll rewatch that. I'll rewatch Ronaldinho when he lobbed Seaman. To actually be like, okay, has he? Like Ronaldinho is capable of doing this, but has he really meant it? Though?
He has meant it.
Has he meant it?
Calder's free kick.
Oh my God!
The tournoi.
When it went round.
Bro,
Oh,
that was
mad thing.
Ronaldinho definitely meant it.
Euro '96 when we thought we could actually win it, chipping it over, flipping Colin Henry's head. I think Gaza did. Boom.
Yeah, there's so many good,
so many games.
In a pub, fam.
Mad thing.
Even
Taekwondo.
And the thing is, I used to live behind Wembley Stadium.
Even
then,
Brazil.
and I could hear
Germany final. I think was it 2002.
2002. Yeah.
Oh, 9, bro. Woo!
Bins out Oliver Kahn.
God, like there's some classic football games.
Proper.
You know what I mean? And there's so many to go back and watch, man. But nah, man, some classic games.
This is a good question. At Mr_United_ says, how much do you think Martial and Rashford are worth? And if you had to compare, who'd value the most out of them?
Rashford's more valuable because he's got more of a personality. He's more marketable. That's what footballers go on these days. In terms of ability, Martial's the better player. But in terms of value, in terms of advertising, all of that, Marcus
Rashford carries more weight. 100%.
He carries way more weight, bro. You just
and
look at the way he dresses. He's English as well.
Yeah.
The way he dresses, the personality, and the whole Manchester United born and bred thing.
He can speak well as well. No offense to Tony, but he's very reserved, and there's a reason why the club don't put him in the front. After he done that press conference where he had, also, could you?
He was like, what?
Meme after that, fam.
That was amazing.
So it's like, Tony, you just stay back there.
Tony's the silent assassin.
Yeah, 100%. So, but what we put a number on it quickly to finish off? What would Rashford go for now?
I'd say about 90.
What would Martial go for?
Probably about 75.
Yeah.
About 75 maybe.
I'd agree with those figures. I think Rashford 90 to 100 in this climate. 90 to 100.
Yeah, he would be just because of his age and the fact.
Actually, I think I'm going to reframe it. I think Martial, because he hasn't torn up the trees, and to a lot of fans who look at Martial, they kind of see him as like the nearly man. They see him do bits, but they're like, but he just hasn't really done it, man. You know, that's the general consensus. They understand he's a good player and they would want him.
Even though he's got more goals than Marcus from open play. It's mad.
There you go. But that misconception, I think, would bring... So I think Martial would probably be about 70.
Yeah.
75. But I think with Rashford, I think he'd be 80. Yeah. 80, 85. I don't think he'd be 100.
Nah,
About 80, 85.
So about that. Between 80 and 90 for
about
Marcus.
15 million between
60 and 70
15 to 20 million.
Yeah, but for Martial,
Anyway, we've come to the end of the show. What a show. A lot to talk about. And we're going to continue to be here, same time, same place. What we do want you guys to know is that the continuity will be there. Your 8 o'clock live show is going to be there with Mark every day. Flex and Rant show is going to be there every same time, same place
and
every
week. And you'll get
week.
extras as well.
And there's going to be a lot of extra content coming your way. We're not going to reveal what, but in the coming weeks, don't think that this is going to be a place where you guys can switch off. Please keep subscribing, keep supporting us. That's great. We love it. And we're gonna continue to be here. And most of all, make sure you're looking after your loved ones. You're looking after the elderly. If you can, little things. You just knock your next door neighbour. If you know there's a person across the door, just knock the door and say, they might even be all right. Just ask. Do you know what I mean?
Especially if they're elderly, make sure that they've got food. Make sure that they've got like toilet roll or whatever. Because just because you can go out doesn't mean that they can.
That's it, man. Do the right things. Like I said, we're not here to be politicians and tell you what you should have been doing. But I think you hit the nail on the head. Just be sensible. Just be considerate for others. There's a lot of people out there that we've lost our football, which as football fans at the moment it's boring. We get that, but this is way bigger than that, man. There's people out there that are really being affected by this. So just keep your heads in the right place. That's what I will say. Rants, pick up socials.
Rants and Bants on Twitter and Instagram for all your trolling needs, and on YouTube, boy. Man's a professional gamer now, fam. Don't know how to use anything, but it's in the room, innit? So yeah, that's it, bro.
You're not a professional
Ultimate
gamer.
Team coming soon. Now I just got all the gear, no idea, but we'll get there, bro.
You're on Xbox though, innit?
Yeah.
I'm Flex UTD across all of them, all the socials. Make sure you get at me, and make sure you hit up United Stand across all the social platforms. We will see you same time, same place, with extra content in between next week. Peace. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.